Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Irvishesa Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desitarine Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratuse Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the manual of life. So yesterday and day before yesterday, some of the students have some questions, but because of lack of time, we couldn't answer. So first of all, for the next 10 minutes, we are going to take questions. So anybody who is having questions, they can ask, you can unmute themselves, or you can also write in the chat box. Okay, so we have got some questions. Is it possible that Gita is altered during the course of time? Yes, of course, this is very much possible. In fact, Lord Krishna himself says in 4th chapter, Sa kalena mahata yogo nashtaha parantapa. Krishna explains why Krishna appeared again and he spoke Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna was speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, so Krishna told Arjuna that the same knowledge I have given to Vivaswan some 12 crores years back. And not only Vivaswan, Krishna gave this knowledge to Lord Brahma also, and before him also, many, many times. So this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is eternal knowledge. But over the period of time, especially because of the influence of Kali, this knowledge is altered from time to time. So whenever Krishna feels that this knowledge has been destroyed, there is no more, even not even a single branch is available who is preaching this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita as it is. So Krishna descends himself and he re-speaks Bhagavad Gita. And 5,000 years back, Krishna has re-spoken Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. And from there, he started many branches are coming. So now also, when Srila Prabhupada he went to America, so one of the American ladies, he asked, Swamiji, please recommend some English edition of Bhagavad Gita. So Srila Prabhupada explained that almost more than 95% of the explanations of Bhagavad Gita are altered, not as it is. So that is why it's very much, it was required that Srila Prabhupada gives Bhagavad Gita as it is. Because the true message of Bhagavad Gita can be given only by a devotee of the Lord, just like Arjuna. That Krishna himself explains in the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter. My dear Arjuna, you can understand Bhagavad Gita, and only a devotee like you can explain the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, because Bhakto Asime Sakhacheti. One who is a devotee of the Lord, one who is a friend, one who is in friendship with the Lord, he only can understand Bhagavad Gita perfectly, and he only can explain Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's why it's very much required. If we want to get true benefit of reading Bhagavad Gita, then we must approach a bona fide spiritual master, a bona fide authorized devotee of Krishna. And through him, we should try to understand Bhagavad Gita. There are many versions of Bhagavad Gita, and most of the versions you will not even get the Sanskrit slokas spoken by Krishna. Just see. And many commentators simply they have some knowledge of Sanskrit language. They have given commentaries on Gita, but that is not actual commentaries. They have just expressed their own point of view. Just like there is one commentator. So he says, actually, this Kurukshetra and this Mahabharata, and these are not historical facts. These are all myths. And he doesn't even accept the existence of the Supreme Lord Krishna. And he's writing commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Just imagine. He does not even believe that Krishna exists. Arjuna existed, Pandava existed, and battlefield happened. He does not believe, but he is writing commentary on Gita, and he is explaining that Kurukshetra is this body, and the Pandavas are 5 senses. Krishna is intelligence, like this. All bogus illusions he is writing and propagating. all these things. So such kind of commentaries we should avoid, and we should hear only bona fide commentaries. And what is the result? How we can understand that which edition of Bhagavad Gita is authorized or perfect? If by reading any edition of Bhagavad Gita, any commentary of Bhagavad Gita, if you can realize Krishna as it is, if you can become devotee of Krishna, if you can develop love for Krishna, that means you have read authorized commentary of Bhagavad Gita, because that is the purpose of Gita. Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita itself. What is the purpose of Bhagavad Gita? Krishna says in 9th chapter, last verse, and again in 18th chapter, last verse, Krishna says, Man mana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. That is the result of reading Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita. We have one who has really understood Bhagavad Gita. He must become a devotee of Krishna. He must develop love for Krishna. Krishna says, Man mana bhavamat bhakta. He should become bhakta, means devotee. He should become my devotee, and he should always think of me. Mad bhavam agata. He should develop bhava or prem for me. Buddha bhava samanvita bhajante mam dridhavrata. So many places Krishna is explaining the same thing. That one who is actually reading or understanding Gita, he must become a devotee of Krishna. So anyone who is reading Bhagavad Gita, if he does not become a devotee of Krishna, that means his reading of Bhagavad Gita is useless, or the Bhagavad Gita commentary which he is reading, that is not authorized. And practically we can see Srila Prabhupada went to US, America in 1965, and before him, for centuries, almost more than a century, many so-called saints, sadhus or sannyasis, they went to America and they preached knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, but not even a single Western person, American people, not even a single American person became devotee of Krishna. There is no history. But when Srila Prabhupada went, within 10 years, he created thousands of devotees from America, Europe, and so many different parts of the world. So this proves that from this Bhagavad Gita itself, which we are referring Bhagavad Gita as it is. So after reading and understanding this Gita, many people, they devoted their life to Krishna. If you have, some of you, if you have visited Vrindavan, you might have seen so many foreigners. They are in dhoti kurta, tilak, and they chant Hare Krishna mantra. So this is the result of understanding true Bhagavad Gita. Okay, I hope yeah, I could answer your question. Okay, next question. Anand Pal Prabhu has asked. Anand Pal Prabhu is in the class? No, he's not here. Who else? Raghav Thipse. If devotees are present, then only we'll take the questions. Otherwise, we'll take their questions in next class. Raghav Prabhu is there? Yes, Raghav Prabhu is there.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji,
Raghav,
I'm there.
okay. So Raghav Prabhu asked this question: why do we always refer Krishna as our supreme, while we can just accept the presence of God? Okay, good question. So, uh, as far as I understood your question, you are asking that okay, we accept God is there, but why we should accept Krishna as God? Is this your question? Why should we
Uh,
accept Krishna as supreme
with
God?
the presence of Krishna, why can't we just uh, let their emotions, let their God be to themselves? Why should we persuade others the presence of Krishna?
Okay, why should we persuade others to accept Krishna as the supreme personality of God? Is this your question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So first of all, are you convinced? Okay, even if you are not convinced, no problem, because we have just begun this course. So in the future's upcoming course sessions, you will get the answer, and you will be able to accept why Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. But just for the sake of answering this question, I am supposing that you accept Krishna as the supreme personality of God, as at least theoretically, you accept Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead. So, what is the problem if I know that Krishna is God? So, why should I not tell others that Krishna is Supreme God? Because he is going to benefit everyone. So, why should we keep this secret with us only? Should we not let others get the benefit from accepting Krishna as God? If suppose if I am getting benefited, just like why we are doing this Gita course, why we are preaching, we don't get any benefit. We don't. We have not taken any money from you. And I go to various places and give lectures on Bhagavad Gita in schools, colleges, institutes also. But we don't charge anything. We just give knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Why? The reason is because by understanding the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, by accepting Krishna as the Supreme Lord, Supreme well-wishing friend to ourselves, I got benefited. I got delivered from the anxiety, mental anxiety, disturbances, and I got relieved from so many questions, doubts concerning life. What is the ultimate goal of life? And ultimately, if I got benefited by accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if I the greatest benefit in life is that we got complete satisfaction, peace of mind, and the actual happiness we got. So should we not share this absolute happiness and satisfaction with our other friends who are also sons of Krishna? Krishna himself claims in Bhagavad Gita that aham bija pradah pita sarva yoneshu kaunteya murtaya sambhavanti tasham mahad Brahma Yonir Aham Bija Pradapita, that I am the seed giving father of each and every living entity. Krishna claims this. Nobody else has claimed this. Not even Lord Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, nobody else. No, Jesus Christ never said that I am God. Jesus Christ always said, I am son of God. Paigambar Muhammad never said that I am God. He said, I am Paigambar or messenger of Allah. Only when Krishna appeared and he spoke Bhagavad Gita, he boldly claimed that I am actually supreme father of each and every living entity. So that is a fact. So if everyone is Krishna's sons and daughters, so why should they not be given opportunity to understand Krishna? So that is our duty. That is duty of responsibility of each and every devotee of Krishna. And Krishna wants this. Krishna has demanded this in Bhagavad Gita that everyone should be reminded of their original position, that they are part and parcels, or sons and daughters, servants of Krishna. Because only by accepting our real well-wishing friend and only by accepting Krishna as our supreme master, supreme father, we can get happiness. It's just like, suppose you are living in India, and government of India, Narendra Modi, he he gives some plan for the benefit of citizens. Suppose if you come to know about some beneficial plans about for the citizens, so and you are getting benefited. So is it not your duty to tell others that, my dear Prabhu, my dear friend, this is the plan launched by Narendra Modi. So much benefit is there. So you also please try to understand this plan and accept and get benefited. So that is this is our reason. We are not we are not persuading others to increase our number of followers. We are not interested in that. Huh? Never ever think like this. There are so many other people. Uh, their purpose is to propagate their own philosophies and to make their own followers or disciples and to claim themselves to be God. But we are not like this. At least Srila Prabhupada never preached like this. Srila Prabhupada always preached, propagated on behalf of Krishna. He never said that you surrender to me. Never ever he said. He formed the society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. There are many so-called sadhus. When they form an organization, they keep their name because their purpose is to increase their name and fame. So they want to increase their number of followers. But a true devotee, genuine devotee of Krishna is interested to increase the number of devotees or followers of Krishna, not of himself. So that is why we are propagating on behalf of Krishna. So we want that Krishna should be accepted by everyone as the Supreme Lord so that everyone can get benefit. I hope this is clear to you. If there are
Yes,
any
Prabhu.
other doubt, you can ask. Okay, next
No,
question. Okay, next question, Kanishka Gupta. Are you here? Kanishka Gupta, okay. So you are able to hear,
Yes,
Kanishka?
Prabhuji.
Okay, so your question is, Prabhupada once said that
Yes,
if you
Prabhuji.
can't cry when your wife died, then you can't be pure devotee. No, I never heard like this. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said that soul can't be destroyed or wish, then why we should cry or so much? Yes, definitely. Prabhupada never said like this. I never heard that Prabhupada said if your wife dies, then you should cry. No. Rather, Krishna said to Arjuna that you kill your grandfather Bhishma, you kill your teacher Dronachar, because they are now against dharma. So you should not cry. In fact, Arjuna was crying before killing, with just this single thought that I'm going to kill my grandfather, who is very affectionate to me, and I'm going to kill my teacher. Uh, I was such a favorite disciple of my teacher. He showed me such love and care and gave entire secrets. He revealed all the secrets of military arts. So how can I kill them? Gurun hatva hi mahanubhavam. Arjuna says to Krishna, that Gurun hatva hi mahanubhavam. Such great personalities as Dronacharya and Bhishma Pitamaha. This is not at all good. My entire body is trembling and tears are flowing from my eyes. Then Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita and told, Arjuna, what are you doing? What are you nonsense talking? This is all nonsense. You don't know. You are thinking you are going to kill Drona and Bhishma? No, you are only killing their bodies, and they are not these bodies. So if you kill them, so they are going to get elevated to higher destination of life. Either they will get heavenly planets or they will directly go to Vaikuntha. They are my devotees. So why should you worry? So rather, Krishna said that something different. So uh, uh, in the course of discharging our duties, when we have some assigned duties, so the execution of duty is more important than emotional bonding. So that is the teachings given by in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna told this. Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, good. So next question Raghav Prabhu has again asked. So why can't we just accept present? Okay, it's the same question.
That was a repost. Sorry, Prabhuji.
Okay,
I
no
thought
problem.
you question
Okay, no
yesterday.
problem.
So
Yeah, Surangi Mataji already posted the question, so I just answered. So next question, Asta Mataji asked, how to stop comparing two sampradaya and believe every sampradaya motives is to connect people with Krishna. So that is why we have different sampradayas and authorized. There are 4 authorized sampradayas, and in each and every sampradaya there are multiple branches also. So there may be hundreds of branches emanating from these 4 sampradayas. So no problem if any of the branch, any of the organization who are claiming to be Vaishnava Sampradaya, if their teachings align with their predecessor acharyas, especially these 4 sampradayas have got prominent acharyas. About these sampradayas, we are going to discuss in upcoming session after 2-3 sessions. We will be discussing about this in detail. What are those 4 sampradayas and who are the prominent acharyas and what are their teachings? So in principally, all the Vaishnava Sampradayas, they accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Narayana, same thing. They accept Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Jivatmas, like ourselves, we are part and parcel or servant of the Supreme Lord. So this principle is intact, same in all the Sampradayas. Only the detailings are varying. Details are different. How to approach God, that details are different. So that doesn't matter. Suppose a person, a father is there, he has many sons and daughters. So, according to the mood and nature of different children, he can be accessible to them differently. But that does not mean that the father is different and children are different. The relationship is the same. Children are always dependent upon the father, and it is children's duty to approach father and serve him. But father, knowing well that this particular child has got different kind of nature, different kind of intelligence, so I need to be more flexible to him, or in a different way he can be accessible to them. But that does not make any difference. Similarly, Krishna or Narayana is the supreme father of each and every living entities. But because of our previous karmas and because of taking birth in different time, place, circumstances, Krishna allows himself to become accessible according to our nature. And so that is his greatness. Not only Vaishnava Sampradaya, even Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, when I see there are different religious sects also, like Christianity, Mohammedism, Jews, all different sects are there. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur appreciates the greatness of Krishna, that he says, my dear Krishna, you are so great, you are so conscious about connecting each and every living entity, that if somebody is unable to directly accept you in your personal form as Krishna or Narayana, so you are even willing to connect with him in their own ideologies, so that they may at least get connected to you. That is your greatness. So, that is why we should not compare with the sampradayas, different sampradayas. We should take the essence and go ahead with our devotional service to Krishna. When we know the people, we are telling about Krishna, is not interested in attending class, then what to do? Okay, this is preaching related question, but still I can answer. When suppose if you connect somebody, you request somebody, please join our Bhagavad Gita classes, it is beneficial to you. And if he declines, then what we can do, we can pray to Krishna and we can try to give him uh, some sorts of logics, reasonable logic, to convince him that this understanding of Bhagavad Gita is going to help him even materially. Because everyone in this material world is struggling very hard with their mind and senses, especially. Almost practically 99.99% of people in this age are unable to control their mind and senses. And because of being unable to control their mind and senses, they are struggling and they are in distress, great distress, that everybody knows, and that everyone can accept also. And if somebody doesn't accept it, that means either he is Paramahamsa, already a pure devotee of Krishna, or he is fit to be sent to Agra hospital. So otherwise, in general, everyone will accept. Yeah, I accept. I am unable to control my mind and senses. So please, if you have some solution, please tell us. So we can explain to him that Bhagavad Gita, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains the mechanism of mind, just like in 2 sessions back, we discussed about mechanism of mind, how mind gets input from senses and how it manipulates things and how it becomes uncontrolled. So Krishna also explains how to control mind using intelligence. And he gives a wonderful knowledge. So you attend, this will be beneficial. Even materially, uh, students can get benefited by knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. And spiritually, of course, because this life is all not all in all. Everyone knows that ultimately I am going to die. So what after death? This is the most important question to be asked by everyone, at least by human being. He must ask this question. What after death? I am going to die. So what will happen to me after death? And nobody knows when death will come. Death can come at any moment. So is it not a question to be asked, or is it not a subject matter to inquire about, that what will happen after, what will happen to me after death? So we should know about this, and Bhagavad Gita gives the knowledge about this. So in this way, with sweet words of logic, of course, we should not argue unnecessary, and we should very politely and humbly explain to them logically. So I hope if you properly explain to them, at least they will show some interest. And rest you leave upon Krishna. At least you tried your best to connect everyone to teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is pleased with this endeavor. Okay. So next question. How is Golok described in ancient texts? Okay, very nice question. But this is out of context question. But still, I just answer it very briefly, because this subject matter, how does Golok looks like, what are the description of Goloka in Vedic text? This is after understanding knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, it begins. That is subject matter of Bhagavatam. So if you all can attend and understand entire Bhagavad Gita, then we can actually begin to know what is Goloka Vrindavan. So in Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma explains about this. Chinta mani prakara sat mushakalpa vriksha laksha vrite susurabhira vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Satasam Brahma Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamam Bhajami. So in this, I just quoted one verse. Like that, there are many several verses which explains what is Golok Vrindavan. And so Tinchinta Mani Prakara means stones. All the palaces, homes, houses are made up of Chintamani stone. Chintamani stone is not available in this material world, what to speak of on the earthly planet. Chintamani stone is by touching which you can produce gold. That is Chinta. Actually, Chintamani is far more precious or valuable than just Paras Pathar. So we have not even seen but descriptions are there. Chintamani Prakara Sadmushu. Sadmushu means all the palaces, houses. Uh, Sukalpa Vriksha, Kalpa Vriksha, they are desire fulfilling trees. Like here, if you go to a mango tree, you can only get mango only in the season. If you go and ask a mango tree, please give me a mango, it cannot produce mango immediately. And certainly, mango tree cannot provide you banana, apple, oranges. But in Golok Vrindavan, each and every tree, they are described as Kalpa Vriksha, desire fulfilling trees. You can demand oranges, mango, bananas from each and every tree and offer it to Krishna. And not only these fruits, but you can demand anything, they will supply it. And there are also airplanes, but their airplanes are not run by petrol and diesel, which create so much noise and pollution. And there are crashes also, no crashes, no petrol, diesel required. All the inhabitants of Vaikuntha, they have their own airplanes that is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. And they don't even require pilots. Their mind itself acts like pilots. In their mind, they desire, I want to go there, and that airplane is sensitive enough that it will take you to that destination without having to the risk of having any kind of crashes. And another advantage is if you have 5 members to travel in the airplane, it will have 5 seats. It becomes 5-seater. If you have 50 people, it will expand and become 50 seaters. So no problem of waiting list, no pre-booking, on the spot booking. It can increase. So this is few things I just explained, but this subject matter is after Bhagavad Gita. So we'll leave it. We'll discuss about it afterwards. So does the soul evolve? If yes, then how? Yes, soul evolves. Body doesn't evolve. Yesterday we discussed about this. Darwin Bhai Sahib, he gave this theory of evolution based on body, but that is a misconception. We very nicely we discussed about this. That is a wrong conception. But in Vedic text, it is described that there is evolution, but evolution of soul. Soul evolves from one body to another body. 84 lakhs species are there. And beginning from aquatics, the most degraded species are aquatics. And then above them are trees, plants, and then above them are birds, beasts, reptiles, and then above them are human beings. So in this way, this evolution takes place. Okay, next. If we say that every moment, Saksham Singh has this question. If we say that every moment of our life is decided already, then why we say karma will be back? If you do bad, you will get bad. Everything is already no. So when we say that everything in our life is decided, so it is decided by on what basis? There has to be some basis. No? Otherwise, how? It's not a just random event. By chance, nothing happens. So everything is decided, destined in my life. That is based on my own previous karma. So karma has decided everything. So in this life, you perform good karma. Then in your next life, or in this life also in future, your destiny is decided. So this works like this. So in detail, we are going to discuss about these things in upcoming sessions. So I just mentioned about it briefly. This is known as law of karma. As you do, so you reap, get. So this is a science. Nothing is by chance. So how is Golok described? That I already answered. Okay. So anything else? Some questions. It's mostly believed that truth exists only if you believe in it. No, not at all. And even your perception towards it. So what's the eternal truth? Yeah. So this is not the truth. Truth is not just belief. Truth is a fact. Truth is fact. Suppose, uh, take for any example. Suppose if I don't believe Narendra Modi is Prime Minister, so does it mean that Narendra Modi is not Prime Minister? Narendra Modi will still be Prime Minister, even if I don't believe, doesn't matter. So truth does not depend upon my belief. This should be understood very clearly. Truth is truth. Truth is fact. So similarly, so there is no question of uh, researching, or there is no question of trying to convince others about truth, trying to get convinced about the truth, or trying to develop some faith about the truth. No, truth is truth. Truth has to be accepted as it is from right source. That's all. So what is eternal truth? That is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, first verse. Ved Vyasji, in his mature stage of spiritual understanding, he wrote most uh, perfect book of knowledge, Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the first verse, he explains this eternal truth or absolute truth. Satyam param adhimahi param satya. Om namo bhagavate vasudevaya. Om namo bhagavate. Bhagavate means Bhagavan, Lord Vasudev, Krishna. So I offer my obeisances, pranams to Lord Vasudev. And he says, I meditate on him who is Param Satya, who is absolute truth or eternal truth. The absolute truth or eternal truth means the truth which always remains as it is before the creation, during the creation, after the creation. Eko Narayana Asen in Shruti mantras also. This has been explained. When there were no demigods, no earth, water, fire, air, ether, nothing was there. That means before creation, everything was in unmanifested form, avyakta. At that time, Narayana Asin, at that time, Narayana was there, Lord Narayana, with his four-handed form, Pitambara Dhari. It is explained in Shruti Mantras. So that is absolute truth, who doesn't change, who remains as it is. Okay. Next question. How do we control our anger? Oh, we can control our anger by using it for good purpose. That is control. Just like how do you control knife? That does not mean you don't use knife. But controlling knife means you use the knife for cutting vegetables and fruits to offer to Krishna. That is the control of knife. Similarly, using anger means, controlling anger means you use it for some good cause. Like Arjuna, he was fighting. He was not inclined to exhibit his anger, but Krishna forced him. No, you must become angry. But for establishing dharma. So, of course, for establishing truth, for establishing dharma, to protect somebody, we can use anger, and that is control of anger. And gradually we learn these things as we move ahead in spiritual science. Okay, so we have 5 minutes more. So, last question. Is it true that God, Narada, helped Ved Vyasji to write Bhagavad? Yes, this is true, very much true. Narad Muni came to Ved Vyasji and he explained the need of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, on the instructions of and inspiration from Narad Muni, Srila Ved Vyasji, he wrote Bhagavatam very nicely. Okay. Yes, anything else? Fast breaking time. Okay, today is Ekadashi. So, what is fast breaking time? Please check. So, next question. Ekadashi व्रत में नमक का सेवन कर सकते हैं या सेंधा नमक, हाँ, उपवास का नमक अलग होता है, वो खा सकते हैं एकादशी व्रत. When we know we are going away from Krishna because of our own material desires or lust, then what to do to get close to Krishna? Just come close to Krishna. That's all, very simple. So if you come to know that because of these reasons, I am going away from Krishna, so you meditate upon those ways by which you can come close to Krishna. And what is the best means of coming close to Krishna? Yes, who can tell? What is the best way you can come close to Krishna? Yes,
Nam
Naam.
chant.
You chant his name, immediately you come very close to Krishna because Krishna and Krishna's name are not different. It's spiritual. So as soon as you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare, you come very close to Krishna. Then all these material desires, lust goes away. And even if it does not go away, it doesn't matter. Why should we worry so much about all these material desires and lust? After all, we are not this mind. We have already discussed about this, that we are not this body, we are a split soul. So we are not mind also. So all these material desires and lust, they are in mind. So let the mind become the repository of all these lusty desires. I don't have to do anything with this. I am a spirit soul, part and parcel of Krishna. So let my duty is to focus on Krishna. That's all. Suppose if you are walking on the street and if you see both both sides of the street, there's so much dirty things are there. So why should you bother about those dirty things? You just walk, go ahead, do your own business. That's why it said mind your own business. But we should mind your own mind. No, no. Don't mind your own mind. Just neglect it. You just go ahead with your business. Suppose if you are a student, so your duty is to study. So you just go on study, and in between you connect with Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. So let the mind, if mind is disturbed or lusty, doesn't matter. And over the period of time when you are connected to Krishna, gradually this purity comes from chanting Krishna's holy name, and the mind becomes pure, and all these material desires and lusty desires goes away from mind. So it's a gradual process, but of course, uh, we should take inspiration and determination. That why should we become so much depressed or so much attentive to the thoughts given by mind? We should be more attentive to Krishna and duties which are assigned by Krishna. Okay, reading about Krishna, that is also a good way. You can connect with Krishna. Meditation, but meditation, how? Meditation, chanting meditation, mantra meditation helps us. We cannot directly actually meditate on Krishna. It's not very easy thing because mind is so flickering. So if you try to meditate on Krishna, it is very difficult. But if you chant Hare Krishna and hear, it becomes very easy to meditate on Krishna. Reading Bhagavad Gita, just like you are attending this session. So last 35, 40 minutes we are attending. So you are attentively hearing. I hope like this. So it is meditation on Krishna. So okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much for coming and attending this session, question answer session. So I request, please come daily and bring your friends also. And all of you can make spiritual advancement by understanding all of it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.